What's up, agents, and welcome back to another Division video. We've got some juicy details from the live that happened regarding the brand new skill coming to the Division 2, which is Smart Cover. Now, it's not a brand new skill to the Division universe. We've had this skill before in Division 1, but it's come with its own Division 2 flavour, and essentially it kind of feels like they want us to play in cover a little bit more, as it's meant to be a cover shooter, but most of us play run and gun. So let's have a look what it's got in store for us. So you can see the agent here using the skill. It kind of works as if it would in Division 1. You can shoot it or you can double tap it and just stick it straight on the wall, which is great. And then when they're in the cover, you can see that, you know, basically you'll do something. It doesn't actually show that it's got it on there. That is a very bit of a strange clip to show. I don't really know. Oh, they got, so he stabbed, yeah, there you go. So he stuck it in cover, which is great. And then they talk about the two variants. Now, they don't show us all of the stats for the two variants, but I have got a little bit of information for you regarding this. So you can see here with the Smart Cover, you can see the cooldown, the duration, the weapon handling, the damage to target out of cover bonus, which is all the stats at you know, base stats. And then underneath there, you can see with skill tier 1 that you get, you know, 10% damage to target out of cover, 70% health, 25% weapon handling. But it is a little bit spicier than that. If you read the description up at the top, it enhances the weapon handling, but it also automatically reloads your guns. So essentially making you switch guns while using it and while you're in cover, and that you'll never have to reload. And maybe that brings a bit of spice to some builds, right? Because we have got some weapon swapping pieces of gear in the game. And granted, at the moment, they are, you know, they kind of work, they kind of don't work. Sometimes I'm hoping that they get a bit of a pass before Brooklyn comes out, but who knows? But the Centurion is what I'm talking about. But there's other stuff in there as well. So maybe this will become super, super powerful because it goes up to 50% damage to targets out of cover, depending on your skill tier. And you can apply that to an all-red teammate if you're, you know, skill tier 6. Or maybe you think about running a hybrid build, thinking, actually, if I'm going to be able to give myself that amount of damage to target out of cover, I can afford to put some yellows in my build. And all of a sudden, you can do a lot of skill damage and still maintain a red build kind of damage as well. Seems pretty crazy. So let's flip on a little bit from there. And then next it shows, there we go. So both variants have some stats tuned differently for PvP. They don't show us that. We'll have to wait until either a PTS or the actual Brooklyn DLC actually comes out. Because if they do release a PTS, I don't know if they're going to show us or let us use or test this. Who knows? With it being a DLC, I guess it might be a bit of an exception where we don't get to test this. Maybe we just get to test some of the new gear in the DC, you know, kind of setting as we've done previously before. But for the fortified version of it, as you can see here, so going into cover grants extra armor, resistances, and immunity to stagger effects when using it, which, to be honest, is kind of huge when it comes to legendary. We all know what grenade spam can feel like, and this is going to make you immune from being staggered from it. So maybe there are a few winning situations for Smart Cover right here. People who don't like to stay in cover will automatically hate this, and I get that. It's definitely not going to be for everybody. What I do find strange is there's only two variants of it. There is a damage dealing one, and there is a bonus armor one. There's not a healing variant. I really thought that they would bring a healing variant with this. Maybe that's something to come in the future. But as you can see here on the skill tier section, we get radius, we get the bonus armor at 10%, and I don't know for sure, but I assume this one just stacks up to 50% as well, with a 10% increase each time. Explosive resistance at 10%, pulse resistance at 10%. Again, I'm assuming they stack up 10% each time, giving you a total of 50 when you get to the top end. So that's going to be it for the video. As always, let me know what you think about Smart Cover being added to the game down below in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. And don't forget to check out my other video with my exclusive footage of the Battle for Brooklyn DLC that's not seen, well, it's seen in some other places, but it's seen in very limited places. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.